Once upon a time, in a faraway magical kingdom, there lived a prince named Ethan. Not only was he handsome and brave, but he also had a kind heart filled with love and compassion for everyone. His life was full of wonder, with grand palaces, sparkling gardens, and rivers that sang with the whispers of magic. But one day, Ethan suddenly disappeared, sending the kingdom into fear and sorrow. Prince Ethan was walking through the palace gardens one peaceful evening when a glowing, mysterious light appeared before him. The light was mesmerizing and inviting. As he stepped closer, he noticed a shimmering river that reflected the moonlight like liquid silver. The next moment, before he could react, he was pulled into the glowing water. When Ethan vanished, the king and queen were devastated. They searched the kingdom tirelessly, but there was no sign of him. Yet, a flicker of hope remained in their hearts. They believed that somewhere, somehow, Ethan was alive and would return. When Prince Ethan opened his eyes, he found himself in an enchanted forest. Towering trees with sparkling leaves surrounded him, and the ground was covered with soft, emerald grass. Light danced through the branches, and magical creatures scurried about. Yet, Ethan was alone, unsure of how to return home. As he ventured deeper into the forest, he saw a small shimmering lake. Perched on its edge was an old, talking bird. "Hello, Prince Ethan," the bird said. "I can help you find your way, but you must use your courage and wisdom to face the challenges ahead." Ethan nodded and followed the bird along the lake. On their journey, he faced many obstacles. Magical nets that tried to trap him, glowing stones that shifted positions, and trees that whispered riddles. But Ethan never gave up. With bravery and cleverness, he overcame each challenge. Soon, he came upon a small cottage with a sign above the door. "Only those with a pure heart and noble purpose may enter." Ethan gently opened the door and stepped inside. There he met a young girl named Lila, who had lived in the forest and knew its magical secrets. Lila welcomed Ethan warmly and said, "I know who you are and why you've come. To return home safely, you must complete 3 challenges." The first challenge was crossing a magical bridge. Each step lit up a glowing rune and presented a riddle. If Ethan answered incorrectly, the bridge would vanish. Using his wits, he solved every riddle and crossed safely. The second challenge was finding the path of glowing stones in total darkness. Each stone moved constantly, and the path seemed impossible. But Ethan's patience and careful observation led him safely to the other side. The third and final challenge was listening to the enchanted tree and answering its question. The tree asked, "What is your purpose, and why do you wish to return home?" Ethan replied sincerely, "I want to return to my kingdom to bring joy to my parents and protect my people." The tree, pleased with his honesty and bravery, revealed the hidden path home. Following the magical guidance, Ethan stepped through a shimmering light and found himself back in the palace. The king and queen wept tears of joy, and the entire palace erupted in celebration. Prince Ethan introduced new rules in the kingdom to ensure every citizen could live happily and safely. He also invited Lila to the palace, where she shared the forest's secrets, ensuring no danger would ever threaten the kingdom again. Peace and happiness spread throughout the land. The moral of the story is that courage, wisdom, and a pure heart can overcome any challenge. No matter how magical or difficult the obstacles, a brave and noble soul will always find the way.